Hello everyone, I'm Dina Tanaka, a member of Group 2, and we are here to present Assignment 2. So, this assignment primarily focuses about the PHP scripts, which is our backend. So, if you want to see when I leave the page source, you are able to find limited information because our backend is PHP. So, without taking much further, we are ready to present you the website. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rushit Anjana. Welcome to our login page for admins. First of all, we should type our Gmail for username, and we should type password also. Uh, so you can see our manage page. Uh, let's move to code, and this is the PHP part of this login page, and this is the running query. For the login page, we use select for login for the manage page. Then by this page, we can view the logged profile. Then you can see the details of the profile. We can see username, email, and age. We can update the profile details also. Let's update some details. So we updated that details. Let's move the code in the update page. So this is the HTML part of the update page, and this is the PHP part of the update page. You can see the query running in the update page. We use update query for the update details of the admins. Then we can create new admins also in this menu. Uh, so this is the form for creating new admins. We should type a username, then Gmail address, age, and the password. You can see the registration was successful. Uh, this is the my part, and thank you.
So it's Dinaya back again. So I'm here to present about the first three options that the admin has. So moving on to the first option, list all attempts. This shows all the details of the students who have been taken part on the quiz, and this shows all the scores, attempt numbers, ID numbers, and names. And as you can see over here, we have used a hover bar and to explain the code. This is the place. So we have used the action as list all attempts, and we have used the select method, and this is the table that was shown in the website. Moving on to the second page, which is we can use the back button, which will be explained by Deshan. So moving on to the second, list attempts by student. Here we can type any name or ID who have taken part in the quiz and find the relevant details. So as of here, I'm typing Smith. When submitted, you can see all the information of the relevant student. Here, there's a hover bar again, and to explain the code, uh, this is the code for that. So the action was list attempts by student. So here, this was the table that was used, and we have used the request method. So moving on to the third, using the back button again. List students with 100% on first attempt. This shows all the details of the students who have got who have got 100% on the first attempt. So as of here, only Alice is here, who have earned 100% on the first attempt. Again, there's a hover bar. And moving on to the code. This is the code which we used over there. And as of action is list students 100%. So here we have used the select method and selected as attempt number. So we can choose the students who have got the first attempt and the score 100. So we can find the students who have got 100 on the first attempt. So this is the table that was shown. And that's all for me. And thank you. I will hand over for Deshan to continue the rest of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinaya. I am Deshan Ratnaika. Dinaya explained the first, second, and third list. In the fourth list, also in the fourth list, we use the select query. Using the fourth list, we can see the student who got less than 50 marks in the second attempt. This student got less than 50% on the second attempt. And right here in the code, we use this action list student less than 50% using this select query. And we can delete an attempt for a student using this fifth action. In the fifth action, we can simply type in a student ID and submit. An attempt for a student who has this ID is deleted successfully. So we can check it in here. Restore attempt. Okay. For this delete action, we use the delete query. In here, in the delete in the action delete attempts, we use the delete query in this line for a delete attempt for a student. So back to the main page, and we can change the score for an attempt, and we can type a ID for a student like this, and attempt number 1, and we can change the score of that student. That student, we will give 100 scores. So score for a student who have this ID updated successfully, and we can check in here. Simply we change the score for 100. So in every this action, we use a back button in like this back button. Using this back button, we can back to the main page. I mean, in the code, we use this anchor to link home PHP and the back button. So next page is quiz page. Inside will be explained the quiz page. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Inzak Ramis, and my student ID is 10530 4804. So today in this assignment 2, I will be discussing about the quiz pages. So as for the first assignment, we created a basic form of quiz. As example, so this is our assignment page. And in the first assignment, we just implement a basic quiz page contains with around 5 questions. So in this assignment, what we have done means we have implement this page up to 10 questions, and a user will come enter their personal details as a student first name, last name, and those are things, and he or she will be attempt this quiz and get the results. That means the output, how they did score. So we have added 10 questions for this quiz page first of all. So I will show the code of it is. So the code is okay. So this is the code of the quiz page, the basic format structure, the form. So we have in this assignment based on PHP. So we should be able to do our files like using INC method. That means we did three files INC because it was a requirement. And here the personal details, that means the first name of the student, the last name of the student, and its ID. And here these are the like we call as the questions. That means we have implement 10 questions. So around the 10 questions have the code like this. It's like iterating. There's a one what method we have been implemented. So for example, I will take a code and explain. So when we are taking note, okay, so this code contains the sixth question. So there's a paragraph, the question should be a and here the question number, and there are some options. So we use this radio button to input the user's answer. So we have every question has four what values such as A to E. So this is the primary difference that we did in this assignment too. The most important thing is I will show the next important changes that we did in the assignment. This is a important part because this is very new. So where I'm going to check this one. So I'm going to check okay. So I'm entering my name and yeah, I'm going to enter my student ID. I'm going to just do the quiz and see what will happen output. Just that we can select on here. We have the drop down list here. There are like radio buttons and we can type here whatever we can. Is enter. And when I'm submitting, this is a button. When I submit, it will take to another page as like submitted from details. So it will show your username, that means your name and your student ID, the score of you achieved, and number of attempts. So in here, the most important thing is we can attempt maximally 2 attempts. Again, you should click for your what for your item, you can click on here and you can go for the previous page as well. So these data will be stored on this database. So here the last I have did some testings. So the final, okay, it has been stored to mark. So now I will show, okay, what's the code happens. So the code is because as MarkWiz PHP. So on here we have been done when we have like implement this one as the INC method, and here we have defined the database configuration. So we should be able to find a database, and here the whatever the things that should be able to store in the database, for example, the student ID and like what are the scores, those are things. And here like tips. So we have been storing this their first name or last name or submission. And here use an array to store the data of the correct answers in the question. So in here only it's like auto generating the mark according to the user's preference. So here we have use an array. So in this array there are like 10 questions. According to 10 questions, there are answers on here. So this is the most important thing because in here all it's generating either the question is correct or wrong. So yeah, and it's written in the scope because it's every like what we call as the marks question contained with 10 marks. So we have allocated here 10. We should increment. And here we have defined the maximum items 2. And here the other thing is we should able to do and see whether the user has fulfilled the 2 items. So it's going on here. And these are things goes with those executions. That means we should insert the atoms of the data table, so it happens on here. And yeah, and here the outputs. That means I told you when this user submitted the quiz, it should appear in another table giving his the details in the score, which happens on here. Yeah, and this is the end of the mark quiz. Thank you.